Hello. So today I saw a bullshit from one of the channels that makes really short videos that is calling out a bunch of clown things happening in the world, and stupid ridiculous stuff. And now one of my favorite chocolates, the Flake from Cadbury Flake. This is a Cadbury Flake, yes. Yes, it has a Cadbury logo on it. It is a Cadbury Flake. He is attacking it. So video here called Enjoy. And it has a Flake commercial. And then, oh look, this is what happened when we try to melt a Cadbury Flake. They crumble like mad and get everywhere, but apparently it's impossible to melt a flake. It's not impossible to melt a flake, and I will show you. Yes, we know, we were dubious too, so we tried it in ourselves. Okay, now look at this. Okay, yeah. So they put the... Okay, first thing, there's a cut from putting it into the microwave to now turning the microwave on. You can sort of make out a thing in there, but, you know, we'll just assume that is a flake. I'm not going to go full conspiracy theory here. But now there's a cut from when the microwave turns off to when the microwave gets opened. You don't need to cut. It takes 2.5 freaking seconds to open the microwave. Just move the camera. It survived without even going soft. No, it didn't. Bullshit. Flakes have a different arrangement of fat and cocoa solids than normal milk chocolate. Because these things have melted in my hands. The crumbs get everywhere and they melt in my freaking hands. If the heat from my hands can melt it, then the heat from... Oh, I'm going to the microwave too early. From a microwave can also most likely melt it. The thing is, what a microwave does also is it heats up water molecules. So if there's no water molecules in there, necessarily, for it to be melted, for it to be heated up, then it's not going to. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little piece of the flake, and I'm going to put it, because I don't want to waste an entire chocolate bar, and I don't really want chocolate right now. That was my shorts. All this is going to be done in one take. The black here is my shorts. My pants. Flipping back. Hello. Flake. In there. In the microwave. Or as who likes to say, the microwave. It's burnt. Shut up. I tried cleaning it. Okay, and look, I'm going to do it in one whole take. 30 seconds. And I'm not going to cut the stupid thing when it finishes either. So you can still see the time there. You can still see that there. This is one of my favorite friggin' chocolates. And then I have another explanation as to why, if it doesn't actually melt, because I don't expect it to melt the same way regular chocolate melts. But it's not going to be without going soft. I can promise you that. Okay, so here it is. Oh look, it's soft. That's soft now. Look it. It's no longer... Come on, focus. It's no longer as flaky and crumbly. It's now soft. So it absolutely goes soft. Now, another thing we have to look at, because it is important when it comes to this, and I will show you another video as to why this is important, is let's look at the fat content in it. This says per 2 bars, which is 40 grams. So in 1 bar, there's 6 grams of fat. Okay. Come on, focus. So it might be reversed. I don't know how this is going to look in post, but it might be reversed. But it says per 2 bars, 40 grams, fat 13 grams. So this is about 6.5 grams per 20 grams of fat. Okay, I have another video here. Oh, I should have also looked at the actual ingredients in it, just to show that there's nothing actually disgusting in it. But this other video is from Anne Reardon, how to cook that, where she explains the exact same, well, a very similar sort of thing. And of course, they cover up the ingredient list with that. She explains that the same thing with the stupid, like, 5 Minute Crafts or whatever, that decided to burn processed cheese versus natural cheese, and make the claim that that is, because of chemicals or whatever. Shit. Where are my ingredients? This video is going to be a bit longer than I had intended it to be. Oh no, it's right there. My bad. What am I saying? I thought they covered up with the stupid little sticker that's on there. Because sometimes these things come from non-English, whatever. So ingredients: chocolatey candy, milk, sugar, cocoa butter, cocoa mass, vegetable fats, pomace, ammonium salt of phosphorylated flavoring. Yeah, I don't really know what that exactly is either. But it is an ammonium salt. So it has cocoa butter and it has cocoa mass. The thing in here, the thing is here, is there, because of the way the fat is in this thing, it ends up being a lot more dry. You can also temper chocolate. I don't know the chocolate science, which is a thing, but I do know that the flake is not the only chocolate that doesn't melt the same way other chocolates melt. And that because of it doing that, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not food, not edible, or it's somehow something disgusting or chemical whatever. The flake is really freaking good chocolate. And Carl Vernon is normally calling out the stupid of complete pure bullshit lately. This one, he's being an idiot. Oops.
Versus natural,
So
assuming they're saying natural is good and processed with chemicals.
Supposedly burns, whereas the natural just melts, and she explains here about ingredients being on there.
That they don't understand what they are or what they do. So if I said to you, most of the cakes that you buy and eat have the additive sodium hydrogen carbonate added to them to make them a little bit better, then you might get worried about that. But if I told you that sodium hydrogen carbonate is the name of baking powder, then you go...
Everyone knows what baking powder is. So she explains this whole thing about ingredients and what's allowed to go into food and even be used as an ingredient.
Not bad. So don't go, chemical additives bad. The other flip side of that is natural good. Is natural good? I mean, rat poo is natural and we don't want it in our food.
No shit. So the whole natural label doesn't really matter either. She shows it here.
And you can see that these do, in fact, burn. Don't do this at home because you might actually burn your fingers. You have to be very careful. But it does, in fact, burn when it's exposed to an open flame. Now, if we try with the natural cheese in front of the flame, it melts and drips down.
I mean, it still burns.
So why is that? Blossom have implied by their video that was because of the additives and the chemicals in the cheese singles that it burnt. But if we flip over the back of the packet, which is what I'm encouraging you to do, and read the nutrition information panel, then you can see that this one, the singles, per 100 grams has 18.9 grams of fat.
So 18.9 grams of fat per 100 grams. If you divide that by 5 to make it 20, and you divide the 18.6 by 5, you would get you would get over 3 grams of fat. And what do we figure out this to be? There's about 6.5 grams per 20. So if you multiply that by 5, I guess that would end up being 30, so, or a little bit over 30.
Remember that number, 18.9, whereas the natural cheese has a fat total per 100 grams of 33.3 grams. So it's nearly double the amount of fat.
But you do know, those Kraft Singles cheese or whatever they are, they also melt on your burger, too. So, similar thing. My point is here, the flake, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing weird or disgusting in there to make it not food that it doesn't melt being in the microwave. There's this, it's a very dry thing, or, I don't know if dry is really the right word, but it crumbles because it's made to crumble. And it's not going to melt like regular chocolate because of that. It's so ridiculous. So I'm making this video to call out that BS. And it ended up being way longer than I wanted. Enjoy your day.